In my 20 years of legal practice, I've watched entrepreneurs lose everything they've built because they've made deadly mistakes with their brand protection. They were forced to rebrand overnight and lose millions of dollars, lose domains, logos, and other assets, all because they skipped one critical legal step with their trademark. So here's the plan in this video. I'm going to show you the 10 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make with their trademarks that lead to costly lawsuits, forced rebrands, and business destruction. So by the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to legally bulletproof your intellectual property and protect your brand from copycats, infringement lawsuits, and trademark disasters that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Cases like that I used to litigate, I used to prosecute, I used to defend. And here's the thing, if your trademark doesn't protect you today, it'll destroy your business tomorrow. So let me start with some statistics that will shock you. The USPTO received over 730,000 trademark applications back in 2023. But here's what's terrifying. Most entrepreneurs make common mistakes when it comes to these trademarks, which can lead to costly legal issues down the road. And when I say costly, I mean like devastating. The average cost of a trademark infringement lawsuit can range from $100,000 to $1 million and more. Believe me, I've seen it. And that's not including the cost of rebranding, loss of sales, damaged reputation, getting experts. I used to litigate these cases, but it gets worse because recent cases show that there's a growing trend towards giving plaintiffs substantial verdicts when it comes to trademark infringement lawsuits. So you have to be really, really careful, and you never want to get into litigation when it comes to this. So really understand that your trademark isn't just the logo, it's your business's most valuable asset. It's what makes you unique. If you don't protect it correctly, you're handing competitors a loaded weapon to destroy everything you've built. So let's make sure you avoid the 10 deadly mistakes when it comes to your trademark. And here's mistake number 1. And believe me, the most sophisticated entrepreneur to the most amateur does this, right? This is the first deadly mistake. It's naming your business without conducting a comprehensive trademark search. This is trademark negligence 101. Just because a name is not registered with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, that's a USPTO, that doesn't mean it's available. There could be a similar mark in use, right? And that could cause confusion or lead to a legal dispute. In use is the key term that I just said. So I've seen entrepreneurs spend years building a brand only to receive a cease and desist letter that forces them to rebrand completely, right? They didn't do the research properly. All their marketing materials, their website, their domain is gone. So just let this sink in. The search process isn't just checking the USPTO database. You can Google stuff. You need to search common law trademarks, domain names, social media handles, and even international databases. You really have to do an extensive search because trademark rights don't just come from registration. They come from first in use in commerce. And that's the most important thing you have to take from this video. And I really recommend you hire a professional to conduct a comprehensive clearance search before you spend a single dollar on branding. It's much cheaper than a lawsuit, and it's much cheaper than rebranding. Thank me later for that great advice. So mistake number 2 is thinking that slapping a TM symbol on your logo gives you legal protection. It may look cool, right? But in reality, it doesn't give you any legal protection. Anyone can use the TM symbol. It just means that you're claiming trademark rights, but it doesn't mean you have them, right? It provides zero legal protection if you haven't registered your mark. You really have to understand that, or establish common law rights through actual commercial use. Keep remembering that, please. The only symbol that matters is the registered trademark symbol. That's the R in the circle. And you can only use that after your trademark is officially registered with the USPTO. And get this, and this is the scary part, if you use that symbol without actual registration, then it's trademark fraud. It's a federal crime that can result in fines and legal penalties. So let's go to mistake number 3. I think this should be mistake number 1. This is very important. Please don't choose a weak or descriptive trademark. This is where most entrepreneurs destroy their trademark protection before they even start their business. They choose a name that's too descriptive or generic. Descriptive trademarks that directly describe the product or service offered can be difficult to protect because they lack distinctiveness. That's very important. It gets complex, but just remember that. Trademark strength works on a spectrum. You have arbitrary and fanciful on one side, and you have generic at the other. So at the bottom, you have generic terms that can never be trademarked. Think about the word computer for computers or fast food for restaurants. Next are descriptive marks. These describe what you do. A quick clean for a cleaning service, or best software for software. These are weak and they're also hard to protect. Then you have suggestive marks, right? These hint at what you do without directly describing it. Think about Netflix, right? This suggests network and flicks together. These are stronger marks, but at the top, the ones that get the greatest trademark protection are arbitrary and fanciful marks. They're completely made up words or common words used in unexpected ways. Think about Apple for computers or the word Google. These are the strongest marks. They get the highest form of legal protection. These are the marks you want to use. And here's why it matters, because weak trademarks are expensive to defend against, easy for competitors to work around. Strong trademarks are legal fortresses that competitors can't touch. There's a reason why Google is Google. If your business name directly describes what you do, you're building your brand on quicksand. Change it now before you go any further. Call me, right? Now, mistake number 4 is pretty common. We got to get over this. We got to stop doing this. That's thinking that owning a domain equals having trademark rights. Now, this mistake has cost entrepreneurs millions. Many entrepreneurs mistakenly believe that when you own a domain name, that gives them trademark rights. In reality, it doesn't. A domain name can be a valuable asset, obviously, but it does not provide trademark protection. Domain names and trademarks are completely different types of intellectual property. A domain is just a web address. A trademark protects your brand in commerce. Again, in commerce. You could own the perfect domain for 20 years, but if someone else starts using that name in commerce and files for trademark protection, they could force you to give up the domain. You get it now? So make sure you secure your trademark first. Then acquire matching domains, social media handles, everything out you want to publicly tell the world who you are. Your trademark registration gives you that legal power to reclaim domains that infringe on your brand. So mistake number 5 is probably something that every entrepreneur has done, right? That's copying someone's logo because you think it's cool. Well, that's trademark infringement waiting to happen. Entrepreneurs who create logos by borrowing from existing designs are really building a legal time bomb, and that's something us lawyers love. Every design element in your logo has to be either original or you have to get it properly licensed. Using stock photos, copying font styles, or being inspired by existing logos can result in copyright and trademark infringement, and they're only going to come after you when you start making money. So you don't want that to happen. And here's what's particularly dangerous. Design infringement claims often come with immediate injunction. That means you could be ordered to stop using your logo instantly while legal proceedings continue. That could be years. The financial impact is devastating. I've gone to court and I've gotten injunctions like that. So like I told you, the average litigation for trademark infringement, all that good stuff is like $100,000 to $1 million, and the potential for prolonged legal battles is enormous. So the real lesson here is simple. Original design is not optional, it's legal protection. That's what I'm recommending. Don't borrow other people's designs. Now let's talk about mistake number 6. And that's filing too late. There's so many things you entrepreneurs do too late. It's my pet peeve, but many entrepreneurs delay registering their trademark until their business is more established and they've been sued, which makes no sense. This can be risky because someone else could register a similar mark in the meantime, leading to a potential legal battle or a forced rebrand. So in trademark law, timing is everything. The US operates on a first to file system for trademarks, right? That means if two businesses want to register similar marks, the first one to file generally wins. You get that? Even if the second business was using the mark first, that's really important. The filing process takes time. The average time from trademark registration was 11.2 months. That's back in 2023, and that's assuming there's no complications or office actions, and there usually is. Every day you delay filing is another day a competitor could beat you to registration. Every dollar you spend on marketing an unprotected product is a dollar you might lose if someone else secures the trademark. trademark, and you're gonna lose much more. It's more than money. So file early, file often. It's the only way to secure your brand before someone else claims it. Mistake number 7 is filing in the wrong class and missing key classes. And this is important. This is why you should see an attorney before you go file, right? Because this can leave massive gaps in your trademark protection. The USPTO organizes goods and services into 45 different classes, and your trademark protection only extends to the classes that you register in. So if you file for software in class 9, but you later want to offer consulting services, that's class 42. You need separate protection, a separate trademark. And a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand that. A lot of lawyers don't get that. Competitors can use your exact brand name in unprotected classes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Think about it. There's Dove soap, there's Dove chocolate. Entrepreneurs don't quite understand this, and this can get really complicated. But it's always wise to consult a business lawyer when it comes to determining what classes that your goods and services in, how many trademarks you want to file for. It's all about strategy. Mistake number 8 is not monitoring for infringers. Even after securing a trademark, many entrepreneurs fail to monitor the marketplace for potential infringements. And guess what? Legally, it's your burden to do so. In fact, it's your responsibility, and no one else is going to do it for you. Trademark rights require active enforcement. If you don't police your mark, you lose it. It's called trademark abandonment, and it's real. That's what the USPTO says, right? And it's how strong brands become generic terms. You need systematic monitoring for new trademark applications, domain registration, social media accounts, and marketplace usage. This isn't really optional. It's required for you to maintain your rights. The monitoring needs to be global. With internet commerce, infringement can happen anywhere, and this is part of my system, right? A competitor in another country could register your mark locally and block your international expansion. I've seen it, and it's really your duty to monitor your mark. Professional monitoring services track these issues automatically and alert you to potential infringement before it becomes a major problem. Now, the cost of monitoring is a fraction of the cost of litigation, or learn how to do it yourself. It's not that difficult. You just got to be proactive. You cease and desist letters, contact me, I'll help you. Remember, the trademark you don't defend is a trademark you're going to lose. That's just the law. Now, mistake number 9 is using AI or Fiverr or Upwork without securing full rights. Now, this is the new danger zone. Entrepreneurs are using AI tools or cheap design services without securing intellectual property rights to the creative output. And this is really, really problematic. When you use AI to generate logos or copy, who owns the IP? The AI company, you, no one? Well, the legal landscape is unclear, and that uncertainty creates vulnerability. With Fiverr, Upwork, and similar platforms, designers often reuse elements across multiple clients. Now, that custom logo might be sold to 5 other businesses. You'd never know, and you could end up in trademark litigation with companies you've never heard of. That's why indemnification is important. That's a whole nother video, but the protection protocol, right? Always secure written assignments of all IP rights. This is really important. Most entrepreneurs miss this. Whether it's AI generated content, freelancers designed it, or an agency work, you need documentation proving you own the creative output. Without clear ownership documentation, you can't register trademarks, you can't enforce rights, you can have a hard time in court, and you can't stop infringement. You're basically building a brand on somebody else's foundation, and they could take that from you at one point. Like I say, business is war. Now, mistake number 10 is relying on LLC formation or contracts for brand protection. And this is another area that's confusing to entrepreneurs. The final deadly mistake, right? Just because you registered your LLC and you've got business contracts doesn't mean your trademark is protected. Forming an LLC gives you a business entity and potential legal protection for personal liability, but it provides 0 federal trademark protection and 0 protection against businesses in other states who are using similar names. Now, I've seen entrepreneurs assume their corporate formation paperwork protected their brand nationally, and it doesn't. It doesn't at all. State business registration and federal trademark registration are completely different legal processes with different protections, and this is very challenging for foreign entrepreneurs. Now, similarly, employment contracts and non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, don't create trademark rights either. They might protect trade secrets or confidential information or prevent employees from using confidential information, non-solicitation, all that good stuff, but they don't stop competitors from using similar branding. Only federal trademark registration gives you nationwide protection and the legal power to stop infringement across all 50 states. And it gives you access to the courts and all sorts of punitive damages that you really need. Now, the bottom line, right, your business formation protects your corporate status if you're compliant. Your trademark registration protects your brand if you do it right, but you need both. They're not interchangeable. Your brand is your business's most valuable asset. I hope you get that now. Don't leave it legally naked. So now that you understand the top 10 mistakes that entrepreneurs make when it comes to their trademark, you really need to understand how to legally bulletproof your AI offers. Because now every entrepreneur is using AI, or you really should, and there's gonna be so many legal issues with that. So you've got to learn sooner than later. So that's the next video. Click the link below. I'm the battle-tested lawyer. Get legally bulletproof. I'll see you there. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, but if you're sick of guessing whether your business is exposed to legal threats you can't see or didn't know was coming, those enemies, mistakes, and liability that cause entrepreneurs to lose, then I've got something very special for you. It's my free business risk report, the same kind of analysis I charge $7,500 for in person when I do my business defense legal mastermind. Click the link below. Answer some strategic questions about your business and get a personalized risk report. You've got nothing to lose. Find out what's hunting you and your business before it destroys everything you've built. I'm Karam, the battle-tested lawyer. Stay legally bulletproof, please.